What's up, Aries? And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Alright, guys, so this is going to be your mid-month reading. I'm getting this out just a bit late, so we're going to backtrack just a bit. So we're going to make this from about March 15th to April 15th, and it will just be a general reading. Whatever comes out, okay, guys? So this will be for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So whatever comes out, comes out. So let's see what's going on here. What is going on for the sign of Aries? Past, present, and future. What is happening with the sign of Aries? Okay, so the energy that you guys have here is the Two of Swords in the reverse. So there's a very important decision that you guys are coming to this month. So you may have had a hard time choosing between two things, but now is the time where you really just have to make, that assertive choice. You have the Two of Cups behind that. So this could be in reference to someone that you feel very closely bonded to. It could be a soulmate, it could be a best friend, it could be a family member. Just whoever you feel close to. And we have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. So if this is in love, maybe you guys slipped up, okay? Or maybe you just haven't been as reliable towards towards a person or a situation as you could have been, okay? Because with the Knight of Wands in the reverse, this is someone that is very well spoken, very magnetic, someone who can, sell salt to a slug. But when it comes for time, when it comes time for them to perform or to, get something done, they don't really do it in the way that people may have expected. Now, we do have the Three of Swords here, so you guys could be causing someone else to feel disappointed, or there could be a sense of heartbreak, whether it's on your end or someone else's end. But let's get into this and see what's going on. So the first card that you guys have for the past is the Six of Wands in the reverse. So something here that's happening in your life, you just, you don't feel like it's a victory. It's not something you necessarily feel proud of, okay, where you may not have gotten what you wanted out of a situation. And you have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, so something here is just not balanced. Either you or someone else is putting more effort into a situation, as the other person. Maybe this is you guys within a job where you feel like you're working really, really hard, but you don't feel like you're getting compensated fairly, for everything that you're doing. All right, and we have the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So some of you could have had a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio in your life that because of something that you just didn't see as a victory, maybe they were overly emotional about this. Or maybe this is the energy that you guys are taking on where you're upset about, something that may not have happened the way that you wanted it to. Now, we do have the Empress card. So, for some of you, maybe this disappointment happened because you had a new start with someone or something from your past, something that you were very emotionally invested in, okay, that you still hadn't closed out here with the Death card in the reverse. So it could have caused, a sense of problems or a sense of maybe you losing feelings for someone, or maybe someone loses feelings for you. But there's a fallout here that someone may think that maybe it wasn't worth the risk of involving you with something, okay? And again, all of this could be vice versa. But, surprisingly, I see this as a situation where even if someone else may have been disappointed, there's a sense of you, I don't want to say feeling happy because that would sound very, sadistic in a sense, but I just don't think that your emotions matched theirs. Okay, so it could have been something where they were really over the top and you were just kind of like, sorry, so that sort of thing. Now, the next card that we have is the Lover's card in the reverse. So this could be a fallout with someone who's very important to you, but at minimum, someone that you could really be going at it with, arguing with a lot. Why is this Lover's card in the reverse here? We have the Hanged Man. So see, that's what I'm saying, that there's some sort of arguing, there's some sort of fallout, but with the Hanged Man there, you guys are kind of just going with the flow. You're not necessarily overexerting yourself. You're not necessarily leaving, but you're not necessarily present, really present, even if you're there. And you have the King of Cups, so this definitely could be with the water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Okay? Someone from your past, or someone that you reconcile with from your past. But with the King of Pentacles in the reverse and the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, there's someone here, and I have the feeling that's going to be from those Aries that you guys are carrying this, this energy. But I have a feeling here that you guys were not as emotionally invested in something as that something may have been in you. So it could have been with a job, could have been with a family member, maybe someone that you had to help you had to help them out with something. But I just feel like either you saw it as an obligation or just something that you weren't necessarily passionate about. So there could have been that sense of stagnation on your part, okay? The next card that you guys have is the Emperor in the reverse. So this is a card for Aries and Virgo. So with this being you guys and being in the reverse, one of two things is happening here. Either you're being fake and you're wearing a mask, or you're lying to yourself about something. You're not happy with whatever this thing is, but you could still be just dealing with it, just playing the role. Or with the Emperor in the reverse, because this is someone who's very respected, someone who's very wise, someone who knows how to get what they want in life. But when they're in the reverse, this is going to be someone that they're so used to being right that when they may be wrong, or when they may want something that may not be good for them, they kind of push the subject really, really hard. So it's not that you're doing anything wrong, but maybe you don't have the best opinion on something, or maybe you're not working in a way where you're going to really get you're not going to get the results that you want. Okay, I had to find a way to word that. But you may not get the results that you want, and it could be because of stubbornness, okay? But again, all of this could be vice versa, so it could definitely be, someone else that you guys are dealing with in the past here. We have the Four of Swords, so you guys are in a place where you kind of take a step back. There's still that sense of stagnation, and you're just really thinking about, how do I move forward with this? All right, and we have the Ten of Swords in the reverse. So the worst is behind you. If there's any sense of betrayal or just any harsh ending, you're over it. This could be forgiveness here, but you guys just getting over, a bad hurdle. Now, you have the Nine of Cups in the reverse, so I just don't feel like you guys are satisfied with whatever you had to deal with here in the past. Now, in the present moment, we have the Three of Wands. So with the Three of Wands, you're turning your back on something because you want to expand. Okay, for some of you, maybe you're traveling overseas, or maybe there's something that you're really waiting on, but I feel like you're turning your back. And we have the Page of Swords in the reverse, so by you guys deciding to turn your back on something, you could be having a really harsh exchange of words with somebody. Okay, and you have the Three of Cups. So this is difficult because I feel like what you guys are doing, you're really excited about, you could be happy about it, but someone else can see this as you being, unreliable in a situation, or not taking the right move. So I feel like there's people that may look at you as reckless. For some of you, maybe you're simply torn between two or more people, okay? And this could be something that is definitely causing conflict here with the Five of Swords. Why is this Five of Swords here? We have the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. So there's conflict over a decision that you guys are making. If there's any sense of juggling, or you trying to find, a solution to something, you do that. But I feel like it causes you to feel a loss, or it can cause someone else to feel a loss. But something here is just not working out. You're not seeing eye to eye with somebody. Okay? So either you stop talking to them, or they stop talking to you. The last card here is the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So whatever this is, if there's a sense of rejection, or if there's a sense of, having some financial burdens, you guys do get out of that. So that's why I feel like you guys are kind of the ones that hold the power in this situation, because there's sadness here, yes, but you guys are, it's like you're already over it, okay? So even if you are feeling pain, if there's other people involved in your problems, they might be feeling more pain than what you feel. Okay, and again, Knight of Wands in the reverse keeps wanting to come out. So for some of you, you get over it quick because maybe you find distractions elsewhere. Okay, or maybe there's just so much going on in your life that you can't focus on the downfalls that could be happening, or the disappointments that you're causing someone, or that they're feeling just in general when it comes to you. All right, but we have the Seven of Swords in the reverse, so definitely be careful, guys, because if there is any sort of promiscuity, infidelities, just you not being honest or reliable with the person or towards a job, then that's definitely going to come out. All right, so if you've been doing anything foul, it may come out, and it could cause someone to really tense up when it comes to you and really be guarded towards you, or maybe you yourself could become guarded once this comes out. Moving forward, the first card that you guys have is the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So, this is arguing. This is a conflicting situation where if you don't change the path that you're on, it's just going to lead to further conflict. So you want to make sure that you're addressing things accordingly, okay? All right, so these two cards popped out. We have the Temperance card in the reverse and the Six of Swords. So there's a sense of imbalance in something that you guys are moving away from. But I feel like whatever you're moving away from, although you're releasing a huge burden here, there's someone that is not happy to see you go. Okay? Whether it be a physical move that you have to make without somebody, or you're just leaving something, like a relationship or a job. In general, this is just something that I feel like it's going to be hard on someone, okay? And that someone may not necessarily be you. Why is this Ten of Wands in the reverse here? Strength card in the reverse. So there could be a sense of debilitation, but there could also be a sense of you guys knowing that this was something that you were forcing in your life. And now there could be that sense of relief now that you're releasing that burden. Okay, this wanted to pop out. We have the Eight of Swords here. So it's something that made you feel stuck. It's something that made you guys feel trapped. It's something that you knew you had to deal with in your life, but I feel like it really felt forced. So that's where all this arguing and tension and pettiness and competition comes in. And I feel like ultimately you guys decide here with the Two of Swords in the reverse that this just isn't going to work. Okay? And so there's a matter of, what path do I want to take, because I don't feel right on the path that I'm on. All right? And you have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So either this is you guys reconciling a relationship that you had with someone in the past, or getting into a relationship. If that's the case, I would definitely take some time before I jump into it, because it seems like someone's going to feel lost here. But this could also be you guys feeling lost because there could be an energy drainer here. There could be someone that feels like they deserve the world from you, or they deserve, a specific thing from you, but they're not necessarily doing anything to deserve that. And I feel like you guys see that. And now it's like, how do I move forward from this? All right, and the Two of Swords in the reverse, you know that you have to stop working on this. You know that you don't want to move forward. You know that the efforts that you put into this hasn't gotten you the desired outcome. But I feel like either someone may look at you guys as reckless, or someone may just go nuts that you decide to move forward. And I think that what really, really makes them nuts is the fact that you're okay. Okay? Because you're coming up as a Queen of Wands, so you're still in a good place. You're not, running home and crying, or, sitting in your car during lunch and just crying it out. I feel like you guys are okay. So there's that sense of maybe you feel guilty that you feel okay, but there's something here that you haven't closed out yet that you know you need to. But what you do know is that it's bad judgment at this point, but that it's still there. All right, so something needs to be let go of. And I feel like you guys are kind of walking out the door, but it's like that child who's holding on to you, like, no, don't go, and you're just dragging them as you go. So definitely some dead weight that you guys might want to let go of, but maybe there's a sense of obligation that you feel to this person or to this job or this family member, okay? All right, guys. So definitely a lot to think about in this spread. But let's see what the Earth Magic Oracle cards advise in terms of moving forward. All right, so let's see what is going on in terms of your advice. What is the advice that the sign of Aries needs to hear? Okay, so this is something that we spoke about a few months ago in your readings, because there's one particular reading that I can't forget it, because it was just such a powerful reading for you guys, where there was something really, really big that you wanted to do, something that you were leveling up, and there was people around you that were uncomfortable with you leveling up in a certain way, because I feel like for a lot of you that meant that you couldn't take a lot of people with you. There are certain things that you had to do on your own. So for some of you, maybe you're still holding on to some of those energies of people that are holding you back, or maybe you're just in a place in your life where you're realizing, I have so much passion for certain things, but I don't feel that my life is in congruence with my passions and with what I want. So, with all this being said, at the bottom of the deck, let's talk about this energy. You guys have fire, passion. There's something inside of you that your heart and your soul is screaming to do. Something that is really important to you, a path that you really know that you have to go down. Something that you have such an itch to do that it's not going to go away until you actually go and do it. And the problem is not that there's necessarily dead weight in your life, but there's definitely someone else kind of holding down the brakes in your life. And you're in a place where you feel like you owe this person something, but at the same time, you're really dying to move forward. So what do you do? And I feel like what you guys want to do right now is kind of withdraw yourself. Go into that cave, go into that solitude, go into that sanctuary where you kind of just close yourself up. You reassess life, you reassess what you want, you reassess your most basic desires. And you ask yourself, is this what I'm doing? Is this what I've been working towards? Or have other people been holding me back from this? And one thing that you guys have to realize, especially if there's something big that you want to do, something where you're going to see yourself as successful. And guys, for success, success is different in everyone's eyes. For some people, success is monetary. For others, success is love. For others, success is just being happy, okay? For others, success is just having, your basic necessities in terms of living. Whatever your idea of success is, people in your life that truly love you and are truly there for you, they're going to be on board with what you want to do, even if that's going to be initial sacrifices that could kind of put them on the short end, of all of it. So I know that there's a sense of you guys maybe wanting to do the right thing and wanting to make people happy. But put that aside for a second. What do you want? What's going to make you happy? Because you can only give someone as much as you have. Okay, so how can you fully be immersed and in love, or, have something that's going to be good if that person's not in alignment with what you want to do? And that's why it's a known fact that the path to success, and whatever success may be to you, is the loneliest path, the loneliest path that you guys will ever take. People are not going to get it. They're not going to understand the late nights. They're not going to understand the passion running through you. They're not going to understand, why you're putting so much effort into something. And especially with those closest to you, your close family, your close friends, your significant other, whoever it is in your life. As much as we want to say that that's going to be your team and the people who are rooting for you, the truth of the matter is that's probably who you're going to get who you're going to get the most shit from. And in some ways you can think that it's a lot of shit from them because, maybe they're just putting you down, or maybe there's a sense of jealousy, or maybe there's a sense of them just being haters and not thinking that you could do it. But it could also be a sense of them having fear that you might not succeed. And to be fair, to play devil's advocate for a second, that could be something, again, that's done out of fear, because think about those who are close to us. They see our mistakes. They see the stupid shit that that we do. They see the things that are off of social media, things that we might not be proud of. So they say, look, I know that you want to do this really, really big thing, but do you remember what happened in 3rd grade when you tried doing that? It was a disaster. Like, you probably shouldn't do it. So you really have to put anything like that to the side. You can't go by people, especially those closest to you. That's where you have to really build your backbone, because those closest to you could probably be your biggest discouragers. I don't even know if that's a word, but your biggest discouragement towards what you want to do. So Aries, without thinking about other people first, what do you want? And have you been doing what you want, or have you been kind of that puppy who, jumps when they're asked to jump, or they go when they're asked to go? You guys are the pioneers of the zodiac. You guys are literally the first sign of the zodiac. All right, so you guys are the trailblazers. You're not meant to stay put. You're not meant to sit there and be complacent with stagnation. You're meant to make things happen. And if those around you are not allowing these things to happen, is that person or are their opinions worth more than your passions and your dreams? Really sit down and think about it. Are they worth you losing everything that you want? Because when you're on the path of something, you really, really have to make the most of the opportunities that you have, because you never know if it's going to come again. And if it's for a lover, or if it's for a family member, if you don't do something because they asked you not to, it's going to be worse in the future, because there's going to be that sense of resentment that you feel for not having done it. So you guys have to really have a backbone here and fight for what you want. And if someone's not happy for you, maybe that someone wasn't the best person for you. At least not for now. All right? So you guys have a very important decision that you have to make this month. So Aries, this is really powerful. I think that you guys will definitely do the right thing here. But again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. For those of you that like, for those of you that subscribe to these videos, I really, really appreciate that. Now, for those of you that do need a personal reading, if you have an iPhone, you can call or text me on the app called InstantGo, and it's in the description right on top below this video. So you'll see it right at the top, so you guys can download that app. For anyone else who does want a recorded reading, which is what most people do prefer, so you guys can watch it over and over, you guys could keep scrolling down the description. All the readings that I offer are there. And I do have emergency readings as well, so you get those within 24 hours. And all of this is excluding Sundays. And I can't talk right now, guys. But if I'm ever a day or two late for your readings, just give me some time, because before, I really used to pressure myself to get readings out, and there'd be days where I'd sit down and I would knock out, 15 to 20 readings. I don't like working like that anymore, so I don't pressure myself. So say there's a day where I have to do 10 readings that day. If I feel tired, I'm not going to punish myself. I will go to sleep, okay? Because I want you guys to have the best readings. So if I'm a day or two late, don't come after me, okay? If it's really, really urgent, just get the emergency reading so you can get it quickly. But for anything else, just be cool, just be calm. I'll get it to you, and you will be getting top quality readings, guys, because I really love what I do, and I'm very serious about what I do. So I want to make sure that I can do it and keep it really light, all right? I love you, Aries, and I will see you guys for your April monthly readings. Take care, guys.